Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Hjalmar's Adventures into the land of Tamriel. In the last video, I had some audio issues, and like I said, I think it mostly came out fine, but the music was extremely loud. I don't know if it's still extremely loud now. I turned down the in-game audio to 77%, and I'm just hoping that is enough. We're gonna have to travel to Hammerfell because that's where I believe Fang Lair is. We could ask some of these, these merchants. I mean, not these merchants, these, citizens of, man, what city were we in? I don't even remember. What's the city we're in? We're in Markarth, alright, the Dwarven city. Where Fang Lair is, and they may eventually point us into the right direction. But I believe it's in Hammerfell. The city-state of Dragonstar in Hammerfell province. The date is Midas 2nd of Hearthfire in 3E 389. Based on the current weather, it will take 11 days to travel here. The total distance is 580 kilometers. You should arrive by Sundis 13th of Hearthfire in the year 3E 389. So let's travel to said location. Hopefully the audio is still not too loud. If it is, I'm just going to have to lower it again. You arrived in the city-state of Dragonstar in Hammerfell province. The date is Sundis 13th of Hearthfire in the year 3E 389. It took 11 days to reach your goal. Welcome to Dragonstar, home of the sacred rage. We wish the peace and rest in our city-state, but conduct thyself honorably, or thou shalt answer to our guards. Interesting. Okay, I didn't mean to exit the city at all. I was going to. I think the music is just still way too loud. No, that's worse. 64. Let's go for 64. And the problem is it's kind of hard to control the volume button. You slightly tap it and it loses its mind. Like, you just can't slowly lower it. Or, there's no lowering bar or anything. It's just horrible. Let's ask some of these red guards actually where Fang Lair is. Sorry, friend. I thought that was just a myth. Okay, so he doesn't know. I meant to get this video a few days ago. I was supposed to, but, work got in the way. I was asked to stay longer, and I can't say no to money. And then the next day I was going to upload it, I just got sick again, which is, kind of the reoccurring theme lately. But I'm good now, so here we are. I've been playing also as well Assassin's Creed Shadows. I have to admit, I didn't want the game, but, I'm surprised. I'm having fun with it. Have you tried near Hammerfell? I heard something strange happened thereabouts. Aren't we in Hammerfell, my friend? Are you okay? Does this red guard need a cleric to see him? Yeah, we're in Hammerfell. Now I know it's not the desert regions of Hammerfell because it's it's bordering Skyrim. Isn't it located in Craglorn? Isn't that the name of the region? Or am I thinking about some D&D thing and I'm just rambling like a madman? Okay, so every red guard looks the same in the time of arena. That's something we should note. Last I heard, the Mages Guild was looking somewhere near Rihad. Or was it Ghislaine? I'm not sure, but you should probably start your search there. Rihad and Ghislaine? I'm gonna ask one more person. I don't remember it being like this, right? I thought we just found it. Hold on. The controls are just really hard to get used to. And this is what you kind of do in Arena. The only thing I've heard about Fang Lair came from a traveler from Rihad. Maybe you should start there. Okay, so everyone keeps mentioning Rihad. That's where we're going to have to go. Where is Rihad? I believe that's a coast, like a port city, or 22 days. That's quite the travel. I know if you choose a ranger, the traveling time is lower, but I don't think traveling time really does anything. And I just love the little Arabian Nights tune there. Reach Rahad, southernmost port of Hammerfell, welcomes thee. Lay aside thy vice and avarice, and enter these walls as nobles. We wish you only a long life and prosperity. Ooh! Ooh! This is not good! I know they said the lizard men weren't Argonians. I would like to see them come back and, make them relate to the Argonians somehow. I don't know. Do something unique. Elder Scrolls lore stopped being fun around the time of Skyrim. All the good lore from Skyrim came from the older games. I mean, I like the rebellion and stuff like that. I do like that stuff. So maybe I'm being too harsh. But, what happened to the Nords? They're worshipping the Nine Divines. I was hoping to hear more about Kine and Shor and them having superstitions about imperial religions and meat halls. Where are the meat halls exactly? This is a tavern. I don't know why my brain took a while to register that. On this cool autumn night, the dirty serpent seems especially inviting. You smell apples baking in the kitchen and look forward to your first draught of ale. Speaking of ale, I could actually use a beer right now. What I'm drinking is cranberry soda, so it will suffice. Should I be promoting alcohol? Probably not. But we're all adults here, assuming, right? I think. It's the cleanest single in town, and it's yours only for 10 gold. Deal? Yes. So, because I don't feel like... You're always going to haggle in this game, and it's just going to be non-stop. 11 hours have passed. I'm going to assume... I'm going to use the arrow keys, because moving with the mouse is just going to get me killed in a dungeon. I like how this is a Redguard tavern, and there's not a single Redguard in here. Have you noticed that? This guy probably looks like a Breton. This chick looks like a Nord. And this guy must be a Bosmer, right? Because he looks like a dork. But let's keep moving. I mean, I'm a dork too, so I should get along with him quite well. Yep, it's Blazing and Rahad. And now we're seeing some appropriate Redguards. Let's see. Let's ask this lovely lass. Have you tried near Hammerfell? We're in Hammerfell. Are the Redguards okay? Like, they were acting crazy in Daggerfall. Now they're acting crazy in here. Does she not know where she's standing? Is the heat getting to her? No one's heard of that name in the past 100 years. Okay. Let's try the Mages Guild, right? Because that's what they said. Have I not been paying attention? I believe I have been paying attention. Let's see. Where is... If I could see your map, I'll show you just how close you are. Crowji takes a pen from her pocket. Okay, so that's actually perfect. I believe we can travel to Hammerfell now. I mean, not Hammerfell, but Fanglair. Wait, is my brain just farting? My brain is farting. I believe I asked for the Mages Guild. Yes. What was I thinking just now? I'm the one who's going crazy, it seems. Let's ask about Fanglair. Check out the palace. They claim to have deciphered the location of Fanglair from some ancient scrolls. Their guards found a keep outside the city. Right, I actually remember that now, the palace. You have to be directed to the palace. I have to shut up. I just looked crazy just now. Okay, so, yeah, let's go back to the arrow keys. It's because the way I have my keyboard set up, if I use the arrow keys, it is very, weird on my wrists, and it kind of hurts. I kind of have to get a different setup if I'm going to play this game well, because eventually everything's going to start killing me. Hold on. Exit. The controls are just abysmal compared to Daggerfall. I have to... Where's the palace? Okay, so it's to the northeast side. I'm assuming that's not the exit. Because the palace, for some reason, don't exist within the cities. They exist in their own space. Maybe it was, a limitation at their time. Who knows? I'm perhaps wondering if we should purchase armor. Because we're not fully equipped. He's badly equipped, like, realistically speaking. He one stab in the chest and he's done. As you enter Philhelm's supply store, golden glints from the fall sun reflect off the many items of interest scattered about. And this is perhaps the most epic blacksmithing tune of all time. Let's see if we can get a cuirass. A chain cuirass. I mean, that's better than nothing. We could get the gauntlets. We're going to accept the standard price. Mate, he has gauntlets of agility. That's way too expensive. Plate cuirass. I have a talent at getting items that are hard to come by. For instance, it seems you're interested in that plate cuirass. I'd be willing to part with it for a paltry sum of 100 gold. Accepted. Your strong leadership skills have persuaded me to accept your offer. I will agree to your price if you still wish for it. Yes. So let's see what sort of equipment Hjalmar has. Let's set up the pauldron, the cuirass, and the gauntlets. Now we're fully armored and ready for battle. We do have a war axe. We have a mark. Should we sell the mark? Do we need the gold? I feel like perhaps we could find something better within the dungeon to come. Alright, let's at least try to get 300. I'm not going to press him too hard. 281, except... Yes, I know I could get more, but... I just don't want to stand here all day. Going back and forth with every handsome blacksmith in the lands of Tamriel. Okay, so I think we're going the right way, which is to the northeast. We just have to hit a wall. You know what, let me use the mouse a little bit because my wrist is just killing me. And for now, we don't have to engage in any combat. I mean, look at this movement. It is ridiculous. Since my mouse is kind of... I don't know why I don't even play shooters like I used to. My mouse is kind of like... meant for shooters and MMOs. I don't even play MMOs like that, but... It's ultra sensitive, so it's making him go crazy. I swear to you that I am not, like, turning him around nonstop. So we actually hit... This is the city entrance. This is where the palace is, I believe. Let's just put P for palace. Or Pi, or whatever the heck I put there. Let's go south. That's where it has to be located. And we have to get there before the sun goes down. Because we're going to get attacked and then the palace is going to be closed. My brain has been short-circuiting quite often, the past couple of days, as you saw. Yeah, this is just a straight line of torture. Here we go. Now, we have gotten to the palace. I kind of like the graphics here, right? And I know you're going to say I'm crazy, like it's just a flat texture. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and head into the palace. And this is just one of the best royal themes I have ever heard in a video game. It is the busiest season of the year in Rahad, and the palace's audience chamber is filled with area farmers discussing their harvests with Queen Blublanka. Many linger in the room after their business is trough, procrastinating the return to the burning fieldwork. They seem to be talking mostly about Rahad being suddenly at war with its nearest neighbor, Tanith, and how this will change the trade throughout the province. So, we know the Red Guards And I still feel like the audio's too loud. I don't even know if I should risk lowering it right now, because it might go to 0. Welcome to Rahad, Hjalmar. I am Queen Blue Blanca, and I agree to tell you about Fang Lair for a favor. You see, not too long ago, a band of goblins, led by Golthog the Dark, attacked this stronghold. They carried away with them much treasure, including a parchment which held within its writings clues to decipher the part of the Elder Scrolls, which spoke of the location of the legendary Fang Lair. Golthog and his goblins fled to an ancient and ruined fortress called Stonekeep. Outside the city, I fear that a large band of mercenaries or soldiers will be unable to find them. A single person, however, would be much more successful. Perhaps your arrival is fortuitous. If you would agree to try and recover this parchment, I will inscribe the location of the Stonekeep onto your map. If you are successful and return with the parchment, I will be able to decipher the location of Fang Lair. I promise to give you that location as a reward for your help. Do you agree? Let's just agree, yes, of course, because we can't complete the quest. Excellent. Stonekeep lies near Rahad. Be careful, Golthog is crafty and evil. It is even rumored that he is a necromancer serving the Underking. When you have the parchment, return with it here, and I will find out the location of Fang Lair. For you, Queen Blue Blanca smiles broadly and motions for you to take your leave. She must be an Imperial, right? I mean, I can't imagine who else is running this. This is a really nice palace in a primitive sort of way. I believe if you head back there, you get attacked. Not by the guards, but by monsters. So she doesn't. Let's make a save. All right? Because what's gonna end up happening is that we're gonna get blasted. We're gonna die. Get 11 gold pieces. And a lot of chain equipment. Yeah, so you see, this is what happens. You actually... For some reason, I assumed there would be monsters instead back here. I guess it makes a bit more sense than the Daggerfall castles. Okay, so we're over-encumbered. Alright, so let's just get out of here. Because now the music is kind of driving me just a little crazy. Is there any tavern open right now? Because what may happen is that we're low on health. Those were pretty formidable warriors. We may vanquish within these dusty streets of Rahad. You know, I don't want to die in the sand-blasted stones here. And the map is just really terrible in Arena. You can't tell what's a tavern just by looking at the map. You really have to look around. But I love this game. As barbaric it is. Get in the fucking... I almost cursed. Get in the tavern. You enter the restless port, rubbing the chill night air from your bones. The tavern is full of people bustling here and there. I panicked because I didn't even hear anything behind Hjalmar. That literally scared me. What happens when I get terrified is I curse. I believe that's one of the few times I've ever cursed on this channel, if any. Good God. Some unseemly... A character called Old Telek nervously draws you aside as you approach the bar. I need your help. If this scrap of Balrog hide isn't at the Mages Guild by Morndis, 7th of Frostfall, my life ain't going to be worth a copper. Someone will be there to take the scrap of Balrog hide if you're there on time, and I'm sure they'll give you 57 gold for it. Can you help me? I am desperate. The Mages Guild. I'm assuming that's in the city. We can help him out, right? Thank you, Hjalmar. My mind is much at ease. Good luck to you, good Nord. I was not trying to sneak into a room. Oh, no, I wasn't. Get a room. Single. Again, just a day. We're going to accept the gold. We need to rest. 20 hours. He was really wounded. Let's get a drink. He's a Nord. They love their alcohol. Buy drinks. Orc gut. That doesn't sound very... We'll get him a lager. Alright, there we go. He's got a lager. Just one more drink before he heads out into the cold, sand-blasted dunes, traveling to Stonekeep. And why not? One more beer. Hjalmar loves his beer. Alright, so he's good. He's definitely good now. I think if I start playing horror games, you're going to see me cursing a lot because I panic. And just all you know, I can't even talk right now because I'm still shivering. All propriety, and I can't even pronounce it right now. It just goes out the window. For some reason I can't find the exit here. This must be it. Alright, so now we have to travel to Stonekeep. I still feel like the music is overwhelmingly loud. I'm gonna have to lower it more. And I'm just guessing here. Because the audio says it's not loud, but, you know, well, not the audio, but the software says it's not loud. But in the last video, it was overwhelmingly loud. So Stonekeep. I know there's a game called Stonekeep. I might play that on here. Right, I forgot about the... Yeah, I should have delivered it to the Mages Guild first. What is Balrog's hide? That's actually what I wanted to ask. We are diseased already. You know, this video is not going well for us. We look crazy. We're cursing. We're making assumptions we don't usually assume, and we're playing just kind of horribly. 98 gold pieces. That's not too bad. So what disease do we have? Can we even survive the trip now? This is what's concerning me. You have the Red Death. You see, that doesn't sound good. We may have to go back and consult a healer. I wonder how many Nords are in Hammerfell. A cracked... Oh, I didn't even get to read it. Is Tanith? No. Let's go to Rosegard, right? It'll take 2 days. Man, we may not survive this journey. We survived. And there's a festival. Today is the 13th of Frostfall, known throughout Tamriel as the Witches' Festival, when the forces of sorcery and religion clash. The Mages Guild gets most of the business since weapons and items are evaluated for their mystic potential free of charge, and magic spells are 1/2 their usual price. Demonologists, conjurers, lamias, warlocks, and thaumaturgists meet in the wilderness outside Rosegard, and the creatures created or summoned there may plague Tamriel for eons. Most wise men choose not to wander this night. Now, it took 2 days to reach your goal. You walk through the gates of Hammerfell, ruled by Prince Febin. The streets seem strangely quiet. Yeah, because it's a holiday of superstition and sorcery. I know the Red Guards don't like sorcery. I mean, they make a few exceptions for destruction and restoration, as far as I understand it, but they really hate conjuration and anything that has to do with soul stealing and all of that weird, vile art, right? So no, this is the blacksmith. We need to find a temple. We're gonna have to ask a citizen. Now, this guy looks really shady. We might have to ask him. Where is the nearest temple? That's east of here, last time I checked. Okay, so it should be down here. This is the Mages Guild. Um, that, you know, if I was living in the Elder Scrolls universe, I would probably take everything seriously. Granted, I know probably some of these things are superstitions, right? Um, like, who knows? Nothing may actually happen on this holiday, but it is still a universe filled with magic, sorcery, and, you know, in a place where superstitions can be real. You know, they may even be real in real life. I don't believe so, but, you know, I am not omnipotent, so if, you know... Do we have anything to heal? Yeah, let's heal. That's why I was trying to click. And, thank you for curing our disease, kind cleric. You know, but I myself don't personally believe in curses, but like I said, maybe they're real. But in Tamriel, I would take every holiday where supposed creatures of the night come out and take it very seriously, even if it was probably based off of nothing. You know, I think I would be terrified to live in a fantasy world. Have you ever thought about that? Like, you know, you got weird sea creatures, you got a lot going on. I would just not sit down and adventure. Probably just stay in the city all the time, because next thing you know, you go on the road and you're talking to a blue giant who may or may not be friendly. Or, you know, a skybird picked you up and threw you over the mountains. Who knows? So it's like, you know, it's that sort of thing. I have to find a blacksmith before I go back to Fang Lair. And we didn't make a lot of progress this video, because we, you know, collectively lost our minds for this video. But, you know, we did something, and I just need to find a blacksmith because typically in these arena dungeons, you find quite a bit of loot. So I think I'm just gonna have to ask someone here where I could find, if they could slow down because they're running faster than the speed of sound. Nearest store. So she says south east. Okay. So it has to be over here. Perfect. Just exactly where she said. And we're not gonna haggle for these prices because it's just a headache. Let's give the chain greaves. We'll accept the price. We don't need any chain armor, chain cuirass. Except we're going to get a lot of equipment in this game, and it's just never going to be worth it. Unless it's like a really high item, and then you could negotiate like 5,000 more gold pieces. That's when you want to negotiate. But as of right now, it's just never worth it. Sell the buckler. And the chain gauntlets. Did we have another set of plate gauntlets? No, we didn't. Okay, so we had another chain gauntlets. And that's what we're gonna sell here. Let's sell the staff. I believe, yeah, that was modded in Daggerfall, because I haven't played this in a while. All flails in Arena and Daggerfall are two-handed, because if that was a one-handed flail, for some reason I just think that looks so cool. I would definitely switch from flail to shield. We're gonna sell the Tonto. And the dagger, which is, I believe, a single gold, you know, piece, yeah. Alright, so that should be enough to return to Fang Lair. The excellent thing about being a knight is not worrying about repairing your own equipment, because that takes several in-game days, and it's just an annoyance to the point where you just prefer to purchase new equipment. A cracked shrine, shrouded. Damn, that was fast. That was too fast. I was trying to read that. So I think it's a lot of rats here. Let's just hope we don't get diseased again. I know... Well, I don't know the location of this piece of parchment that Queen Blubanka is looking for, but I do know that it's located on the western side. Wait, hold on. I believe it's located on the eastern or western side. I don't know, but I know it's surrounded. Like, it has bridges heading to it. I don't remember the exact location. It may be somewhere around here, right? We gained a level. Hopefully, we have a good amount of points. We only have 3 points, and that's the kind of thing that I hate. So I guess we're gonna put that into endurance. 1 point into agility. Yeah, that's what we're gonna settle with, because we do need agility. Let's save game here. And that's what you do. You just break things. Very flat, but I love the graphics to Arena. Now, I know they're terrible, but that's, that's subjective, but they are very charming, just like Daggerfall's graphics. Everything's flat. Everything looks like a weird fantasy portrait, right? Like some sort of forgotten thing in some sort of fantasy world nobody ever heard about, that has, like, the lore is surprisingly deep. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. That was perilously close. I wonder if we could even do we're gonna die. I'm just panicking now. I don't even know if a permadeath arena experience is possible, because I would consider it. It's probably gonna last 2 videos, if that many. So I think I have to go west. I believe that's where it's located. I think they carry some pieces of gold. No, he has a staff. We don't need the staff. He has nothing usable. Okay, so as of right now, I'm going to call the video here. I'm going to make another save. I don't know who these other characters are. I'm going to have to... Curious to check them out. Let's put 6. And within the next video, we will probably find this piece of parchment, because I remember this dungeon being pretty easy. And I just want to apologize for not getting out this video sooner. I just had some unexpected things happen, but this video was supposed to be out like 2 or 3 days ago already. I will be back with another video later tonight. Probably gonna make another video straight after this one. I just have to take a brief pause, because I sound like a madman right now. And, I will be back with more adventures of Hjalmar into the lands of Tamriel. So, thanks for watching, and I will be back rather soon.